Stephen Bradley here, Grizzly Functional Training. Is exercising for 30 minutes a day enough? Before we get too carried away, as usual, head down to the link in the description, get yourself your free copy of my ebook, Train Wherever the Fuck You Want. All right, so here we are today at the cafe my wife and I own in Gold Coast, Morena Espresso. Shout out to them. See the link in the description so you can head over to our website and purchase some of our goodies there. Yeah, so let's talk exercise. Let's talk, is 30 minutes enough? When I first started getting into the gym, getting into exercise and that, I had no idea what I was doing. Sound familiar? I would go in and watch what other people were doing without meaning to sound too like serial killer, creepy, stalkerish. I would be keeping note almost in my head of how long everybody else is spending at the gym. I wasn't there with my stopwatch and a piece of paper and actually watching 100% what people were doing and timing and taking it all down. But I realized that there was a lot of people that were there before me, and those same people were quite often there after me. So my session started out at about 30-40 minutes, and then within time, it had stretched out to about an hour and a half a session, and there was still people there that would get there before me and they would leave after me. So it really got me thinking, like, do I really want this that bad that I want to spend 2 or 3 hours at the gym? Like, is that what it's going to have to take? So my wife Belle, who was my girlfriend at the time, was working as a membership consultant at the gym I was training at. Go figure, that's how I got into it, right? Trying to impress the girl I was seeing. Yeah, I'll sign up to your gym, I'll help you get a sale. I'd go in and train, I'd work out, and then I'd hang out in the offices until she finished up. And I got talking with one of the personal trainers there at the time who was an ex-bodybuilder. And I remember picking his brain and asking him, like, what do you think about these 3-hour sessions? How did you get through it? He was actually the one that first told me how unnecessary it was to be there for 3 hours and how it was almost counterproductive to be doing that much to one muscle. So that's where I started looking into more routines. I stumbled across the 5x5 StrongLifts. That's what first really set me off down this path of training for strength rather than just aesthetic purposes. So the 5x5 StrongLifts, I'll pop a link in the description for that so you can check it out properly, but it's basically 2 different workouts a week that you do 3 times a week. You do workout A on the Monday, have Tuesday off, workout B on the Wednesday, Thursday off, and then back to workout A. And then the following week, you would go B, A, B. So the workouts are made up of 5 compound lifts. Compound lifts are exercises that use more than one joint. So when you use more than one joint, you're using all of the muscles either side of that joint. So think of a squat, you're bending at your ankle, your knee, and at your hips. So every muscle around that's being trained. So like I say, to begin with, I was doing the 5x5 StrongLifts. So one day off the top of my head is squats, bent over rows, and bench press. And then the next workout is squats, overhead press, and deadlifts. So you do 5 sets of 5 on every movement. Every time you train, you go up 5 pounds. So the 5x5 StrongLifts was a really good way for me to start to see as well, like, hey, look, I can get a really good workout done in about 30 to 45 minutes if I don't fuck around between sets, if I just go in, do my thing, and be done with it. In my honest professional opinion, 30 to 45 minutes is how long you should be spending on your exercise. Obviously, let's say you're training for a marathon, things like that, yeah, it gets different. If you're training for a marathon, you're not going to get yourself anywhere near fit enough to run a race if you're only ever running for half an hour. So take it with a grain of salt. So how long should a workout take? I usually spend about 10 to 15 minutes warming up. My workouts will take usually around 40 to 45 minutes, and then another 5 or 10 minutes cooling down. Typically around about an hour for that whole process. But the actual workout itself, like I said, could only be half an hour. Sometimes I want to get a high intensity session in, so I'll put a 30-second interval timer on, and I'll do 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. I'll pick 10 movements that I want to do that's covering my whole body, and I'll do 3 rounds of that. So you have 15 minutes at the start for a warm-up, 30-minute workout, another 15 minutes at the end. There's an hour as the whole session, but still 30 minutes is the workout. So You see what I mean? There's a lot of things we need to sort of factor in when we talk about this. 30 minutes should be your absolute minimum for an actual workout. Can you lose weight with just a 30-minute workout every day? Let's remember that the most important part of losing weight is getting your food right. If you're not eating right, it almost doesn't really matter. You could be getting a 30-minute amazing workout in every day and then straight afterwards eating a pizza and some McDonald's. You're gonna be going fucking backwards. It's not gonna matter if you did an hour workout. If you're putting that many calories into your body during the day, you're gonna have to do a lot more work to burn it off. So the most important thing to do is get your food right. I'll pop the link in the description of an article I wrote a while back talking about how to eat whatever the fuck you want and still lose weight. I'm not saying you can eat whatever the fuck you want all day, every single meal. It doesn't work like that. But if you want some pizza and you allow for that with everything else you're eating and training, yeah, you can have pizza. You can have treats regularly, and I'm a fairly big advocate of that. I eat shitty food a couple of times a week, but 80% of the time I'm eating very clean. So yeah, look, if you're getting your food right, 30 minutes a day is gonna be fine. If you're getting your food fucking immaculate, 10 minutes a day is probably gonna be fine. All right, as usual, hit like, hit subscribe so that you can see even more goodies just like this video. And if you haven't already, get your free copy of my ebook, Train Wherever the Fuck You Want.